Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at audiblepodcast.com/Sorgatron Media. Over 75,000 titles to choose from for your iPod, iPhone, or MP3 player.
Hello, Sorgy. What's your favorite scary wrestling hold? I'm going to come and get you, Sorgatron. So you huddle down in that studio by yourself. You forgot to lock the back door.
Wrestling
Mayhem Show.
.com.
It's the best day of the week. Today is the day that you have chosen to listen to the Wrestling Mayhem Show. This is DJ Lunchbox, putting it the fuck down for you. Let's fucking do this. Monday night, you know it must be raw. Leaders being a whore and not wearing a bra. Seen his damn belt still spin around his waist. I can ship at a rhymes on what comes out of his face. Tuesday night and it's EC Dub. Michael Q Knoxville join the club. If you're sick of the shit, scream out boo boo. This ain't EC Dub and we can tell that too. Wednesday night, ROH on DVD, the best wrestling on the planet to the nth degree. Joe Damon's Delirious, Daniel City, Kim McCarthy, Homicide, the Rottweilers, and Kenta Kobashi. Thursday night, TNA on Spike.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a relocated Wrestling Mayhem Show tonight. It's Wednesday. I apologize for everybody who woke up on Wednesday morning and did not have their Mayhem in their little iTunes box ready to roll. But you got it. It's a day late. That means we had another day to work up all that energy and anger in some cases and sexual frustration. And we have a stuffed owl back in the studio. Look at that. This is our
Sexual frustration, stuffed owls do not mix.
No? Okay. Well, yeah, this is my contribution to being a Halloween episode this week. So there you go.
God, I forgot all about that.
Hey, it's Halloween, guys. Even Uncle Crappy on the outskirts.
The owl scares the shit out of me.
Fantastic.
The mask.
Online with us, of course, is the WrestleFan 2000.
Whoa! Live and in color. It is a day later, but it is just that one day sweeter. We are on the Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Wow, are you taking opening promo classes from DJ Lunchbox?
That was really good. That was really fucking good.
I'm sorry I stepped on the end there. Wow.
Don't fuck with me.
Fantastic. And DJ Lunchbox joins us.
That's true. I'm here, and my wires are all going crazy over here, but I am here. That's correct. It's Wednesday. Coming to you live from Lunchbox's Arctic Observatory. It's freezing and there's polar bears out there, but it's okay because we're safe in here, safe and warm with the Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Fantastic. Of course, Mad Mike has his employment he needs to deal with tonight. Something.
Speaking of employment, I would like to give a shout out to the fine folks over at Spreadshirt. Go and check out Spreadshirt.com. They are wonderful, fantastic, and glorious people. And me promoting them has nothing to do with the fact that I have an interview with them tomorrow. But go and check it out, Spreadshirt.com. Tell them Bruce Rutherford sent you, and then say that you'll buy a bunch of stuff if they give him a job.
Who the hell's Bruce? Anyways, if you stumbled on us, of course, we are the Wrestling Mayhem Show. You can find out more about us over on WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Follow us on Twitter. We are at Mayhem Show if you want to see what we are tweeting about. You can contribute any comments, questions. If you want to know just what the hell Bruce is, you can send them the good times. No, really? At WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Are we that off for being on a Wednesday? Also, you can use your voice box at 412-206-WMS0. We got a few fan mails tonight. Or voicemails. Fan voicemails. Yes. Huh. And also, if you're interested, go check out that iPhone app right there. The WMS Gold. Look up it. Wow! In the iTunes store. It gives you everything you need. The show straight to your device. The WMS Gold, which is only on the app. It's $1.99. It's chicken feed. It's cheaper than Plants vs. Zombies, except for this week because it's on sale because of Halloween. But other than that, it's pretty dang cool.
Zombies is on sale?
Yeah, 99 cents, dude. Downloaded it today. It's a Halloween special. Yeah, now we just lost
right now.
Now we just lost him. iPhone though. Oops.
iPhone.
Not to your little Android devices. But there'll be gold coming to that.
I can't find it.
Anyways, let's get right into the fan mail this week. Of course, WrestleFan, you want to go ahead with that one that I don't have that we wanted to talk about?
That would be good. For those that don't know, Mad Mike, who's on the show this week, very advocate against TNA wrestling. He got into a little Twitter war, so to say, with TNA commentator Taz. And Mad Mike sent in this email. A mail will also be coming later this week, but here is a little scenario for you guys to roleplay too. Taz, Impact 9 p.m. Eastern on Spike TV, then a special reaction.
Wait. This is a play. It should be treated as such.
Oh, do we take parts?
Big parts.
Who's Taz?
I think we should. I think we should take parts.
LB, do you want to be Taz?
I will be Taz. Yes, sir.
And WrestleFan, do your best Bronx accent, which is really weird.
Try.
Wait, because they're both from New York, and they both have a very New York accent. So, you guys just have fun with it. Do it as you feel.
All right. Impact 9 p.m. EST on Spike TV, rather than a special reaction 11 p.m. on Spike. Set TiVo, if not gonna be home to tape reaction. You will see how we got played.
Is there going to be any actual wrestling this week?
You will have to watch. I know there's sounding like Christopher Walken. I know there is a re-announcer in the center of the Impact Zone, so assume there will be a match or two.
I only asked because were only 6 minutes last week. If I wanted promos about super heels, I'd watch 1997 WCW.
Dude, you are one of those people who time how much wrestling there is on a TV show. OMG. That's silly. Enjoy the show. Wow.
I'm usually not, but when there are no matches an hour into the show, I worry.
I used to sit in production meetings while VKM used to... Wait, Voodoo Kin Mafia?
No, the other one.
Of people who time the wrestling. I see why. Lighten up, kid.
And like I said, I don't normally do that, but for a company called Total Nonstop Action, I expect more than 6 minutes.
I didn't name the company. I'm on the team. Hope you enjoy the show.
I hope I do too, sir.
And all this after Oh, are we done?
There's more.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But you won't enjoy the show. Reason why is that you don't want to enjoy it. I love in-ring action also, but I love to be entertained.
I try to enjoy it every week, sir, and there are certain parts I did enjoy, but I generally like to see a lot of in-ring action.
Fair enough.
The whole effing show you guys put on was one of the best overall wrestling shows this year. Last week just didn't work for me. This was where it ended. Have fun, Mayhemers.
And scene. Fantastic.
Mad Mike was a surprisingly level-headed for that conversation with Taz.
Very surprisingly.
He's only a couple of burrows away from the guy that can choke him.
Yeah, but he's a couple burrows away from a bunch of guys that can choke him.
Yeah, that's true.
Bottom line, no one wants to be choked.
Who does? Okay, some people.
Correct.
Which is really funny since I was kind of putting out the, despite bashing Taz, I'm a big fan of his just the day before this. Fantastic. Let's see if we have any more role-playing in here. Pierre Kelly does a very French bragging rights report. To the WMS Nation, congratulations to SmackDown for becoming back-to-back champions of WWE. Holy shit, stuff is falling in the studio randomly that we've never touched. What the hell? It turned into it. I was hoping Raw would win, but the blue brand would not be denied like they did last year. What were the secrets to winning this whole thing for the team? It was the return of Tyler Rex and Ezekiel Jackson. What? The Latin loser known as Alberto Del Rio getting pinned. Finally. Big Show coming close to getting back in the ring when the ref counted to 10, the injury, and fake out of Rey Mysterio in the classic WCW early 90s Steiner Brothers pose to celebrate a victory with an upgraded trophy that I liked better than last year. Yeah, that's true. Now, there's a couple of things I had a problem with in this match. Del Rio and Mysterio just forgetting that they had a feud. Where he injured Mysterio, and again Mysterio and Edge forgetting they ever feuded apparently, and doing a Steiner Brothers pose, which was just
odd,
an interesting throwback. So I wonder if they'll be a team now, especially since Edge is a good guy apparently. There's also a case of what I don't know. I'm trying to figure out the prose in which he wrote this, because I think there's supposed to be some kind of way I'm reading this. There was also a case of what happens when you cheat on someone else by the end of the DiBiase Goldust encounter, when Ted found Oksana as his true love, and then Goldust comes in and curtain call telling him to leave his NXT girlfriend alone. Next came Natty Neidhart coming so close to getting the Divas title thanks to those two female jerks known as Lake Hole, Bryan Daniel giving Ziggles the shaft, and the Buried Alive match in which Taker got 6 feet under. After he got a beating from the Nexus, leaving the world champion, Brother Kane to turn the tables. The Nexus by you... Wait, I'm mixing up my lines apparently. The Nexus tried to use shovels to bury him, but Kane... we get the idea. We watched the pay-per-view, right? Same group was also involved. This is just a recap. I don't think he has any opinion on here. Oh wait, Cena acted like he was lost at a supermarket looking for his mommy ever since he joined the Nexus, and decided to use his old tricks to draw a DQ. Yeah, thanks, and may Raw get revenge on the Team SmackDown next year at Bragging Rights 2011. PRK, aka Mr. Techwood Drive. So, we don't need recaps. Oh man, okay, what else we got here? There is a lot from Big Freaky this week.
A
lot.
Yes.
Big Freaky submitted 2 blog posts, as well as of I don't know 3 or 4 voicemails. I did not get through all of them with all the busy stuff this week. So we're gonna roll with this. Or do we want to do Mad Mike first, and then we'll just take Big Freaky as a chunk?
I'll read Mad Mike here.
All right, go for that.
All right. Dashing Mad Mike mail. Boo! Did I scare you? Edition. Greetings, Mayhemers. It's that guy getting the candy while making everything dandy and having your women hearing voices and calling me Randy. It's Dashing Mad Mike. So I did something this past week that I'm not entirely proud of, and I feel letting everyone know through the first ever Galacticast is the best way to tell everyone. I watched Reaction. In case you didn't watch Reaction, let me summarize it really quickly for you. Everyone that is in Team Hogan's new immortal regime was filmed in black and white, talking about how they all gradually came into the picture. The 1 or 2 things I took away from it was Jeff Hardy is actually a really good heel, and it's a shame he's got up in all of this. Secondly, does TNA not have a main event TNA does not have a main event face anymore. Now, as far as Impact goes, hey look everyone, they had wrestling this week. That being said, I'm running into the same thing that always caused me to shut off Nitro. There is one main event angle which causes this... I don't know what that... Thing? No, thing. T-H-I... I don't know what that means. Which in this case is Thinner taking over TNA and no one being able to stop them because they are all fighting with each other. Everyone else in the company, however, seemingly doesn't give 2 shits about what is going on with their company. X Division guys, tag team people, knockouts, Orlando Jordan, none of them seem to care that Dixie has been ousted from her own company. This is also the main reason the NWO didn't work in WWE. When the NWO was in WWE, all the main eventers actually fought each other and made sure they weren't a threat. Now, a quick thing about WWE, and then I shall depart. First off, Dolph Ziggler and Daniel Bryan can wrestle every week, please, and
Yes.
it seems like they are going to have another match on SmackDown. Secondly, I absolutely love what they are doing with the Nexus angle. Everything from pissing off Hatunga to introducing Hennig and Husky to Cena attacking everyone in the group at bragging rights to help them win the main event. I also want to be one of the first people to say on the net to say this. Miz will cash in at Survivor Series. Cena will help Wade Burr and then beat the holy hell out of him, and Miz will cash in. Well, that's it from me this week, boys. Have a great show. White Alchemist ending transmission. I'm inclined to agree, at least with Dolph Ziggler and Daniel Bryan. They had a hell of a match on Raw this week.
Tremendous. It was an even better one on the pay-per-view, too. They gave him a lot of time. It was really good. Dolph Ziggler can go. He's really shown something.
I'm really, really pleased with those guys.
Fantastic. All right, let's take on some Big Freaky, shall we? Like we said, he did a lot this week for the Wrestling Mayhem show. Apparently, he thinks that we're not talking about the indies enough. Which I want to.
Sorry.
And I know other wrestling shows for Lunchbox and Mad Mike to bitch about. I don't know.
Personally, I have never bitched about an indie show. I only really bitch about TNA.
Mm-hmm.
I love all indies equally.
I mean, we try not to reflect on the bad in indie wrestling. We really are more interested in promoting the good. You know, that's why I don't talk about a lot of promotions here around Pittsburgh other than IWC. That's the reason, because I don't think anybody else is nearly as good as them as far as, the experience. Not to say they're not, not worth going to or anything, because, when you're in the middle of if it's in your neighborhood and it's wrestling and it's something to do and you're entertained by it, it's fine. But as far as like fun quality stuff that a broader audience that watches this show, that maybe to the point where it's like, hey, maybe I'll check them on the internet or maybe I'll pick up the DVD. That's more the angle we're interested in. Now, he had a lot of really good stuff here. He apparently, I guess he posted I didn't realize this, he posted an ROH video wire by accident, along with some AIW stuff. But he's got a lot of talk there. He has a link, talking a little bit about NWA Hollywood, which Cole Cabana was actually just talking about on a recent podcast, Art of Wrestling, about his experience down there. Ohio Valley Wrestling is still running. I think we talked about that recently, about how they're still running. Northwest Ohio Indie Hybrid Wrestling, which I've heard a lot about. I hear a lot of talent from this area goes over there. So please go check that out. And see what he has to say about that, and check out some other indies. I mean, I think it's good stuff. As far as his fan mail that he sent in, a hot show, keeping with the theme of supporting. Wait, this looks like his blog post.
Yeah, but wait. Well, if you're the one I think you're looking at, sorry, is the one where he's talking about NWA Hollywood, like you said. Also,
yes.
He mentions Insanity Pro Wrestling is going to have a show in Indianapolis for those in the area. It's going to be their 10th annual IPW Super Junior Heavyweight Tournament. Awesome. 12 men, 6 first-round matches, leading to 2 three-way matches, and then a finals. There looks to be some really great talent on there.
Ricochet.
The Ricochet, Helios, and Shikara. The Irish Airborne. Kyle O'Reilly, he's been making his name in Ring of Honor. He just signed a contract there. Other names from IWA Mid-South.
Jake and Dave Chris, the Irish Airborne, who are the from IWC and other Ohio promotions around here. I think they've had a stint in Ring of Honor as well. What's this? Jimmy Jacobs versus Jesse Emerson is going to be on the show. So it looks like some really cool
the winner of the tournament faces their world champion John Moxley.
Excellent. I haven't seen enough of this John Moxley. He had a stint locally here in IWC, but I don't think anybody knew who the hell he was. He came in with Sami Callihan.
He is a interesting character, to say the least.
There was no chance to really find out what this character was other than creepy. And because they were stalking like Daisy Hayes and Delirious, that was basically the deal. They filmed some vignettes around it out at the ROH training school and everything. It was just, I don't know, it was just one of those things that I don't think worked for this audience, because I don't think everybody was inside enough to know what was going on with them. So, and they didn't.
Yeah. However, Moxley has become permanent members of the Dragon Gate USA roster.
Okay,
the
cool.
Evolve roster. So he's making his way up in the indie world.
Kind of a side note, since you mentioned him, Dragon Gate having a pay-per-view this weekend, I think. Yeah,
it's this weekend, and it's a live internet pay-per-view.
Excellent.
So that is definitely something you need to check out.
I do believe that it's also at Go Fight Live, like the Ring of Honor ones have been.
Yeah, just like the Ring of Honor ones through Go Fight Live. I believe there's a lot of great matches, including the Dragon Gate USA debut of Austin Aries when he takes on Masato Yoshino. That's October 29th. If you are in the Massachusetts area, you can see it live, Fall River, Massachusetts. I think definitely it will be a great show, and another way to put Dragon Gate USA on the map, with it being on live pay-per-view.
All right. Now let's as far as back to the big freaky line. He did leave several voicemails. I did not preview these because I was working all weekend. We'll give a shout out. The baristas giving a hand out there at oh god, what's the site? I think it's go to somethingtobedesired.com, and that's basically the spinoff it's from. If you want more information about what's going on there, well, let's play the dangerous game and play the random big freaky voicemail.
Yay!
Oh, I'm doing it on the wrong computer. Let's try one that has audio, folks.
Oh noes.
Yeah, it loads. When it loads. Here we go.
When it loads, boobity-doo.
I love our background of somebody putting dishes away.
Oh, jeez.
And not as much as LB enjoys it. Why isn't this loading? I apologize. It's because I'm using Internet Explorer, isn't it?
Oh.
Yeah.
Wah, 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 wah.
No. Yeah, it's actually not loading it at all. Somebody kill time while I figure this out. No?
Hey, Wrestle fan.
Yes.
How's your new phone, buddy?
It's going all right. I don't know where this is going.
We're trying to fill time here.
I got it now. I got it.
Oh.
Filling time over.
I am kind of curious where that was going to go. All right, let's see what Big Freaky has to say.
Konnichiwa, Mayhemmer.
Konnichiwa.
This is a long-lost friend of yours, and I thought, it's time I do something for the show.
You don't do enough.
Since it went over so well the first time, I was thinking I'd give you a few more picks of what I think the WWE should release on DVD. Now, first of all,
this is not right. There is not nearly as much as I thought there was.
They really are trying to gear up and go after,
My bad. I don't know.
Geez.
I don't know what the calendar looks like. That's
what is going on?
He had 2 voicemails.
Hey guys,
here you go.
It's Big Freaky and earning my name. It's intermission at the Calvin Center showing of the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Nice.
So I figure, what better time to opine
Why not?
about what I've seen from the wrestling world so far.
Wow.
Watching a little bit of NWA wrestling from Hollywood. Saw Impact, and I even saw SmackDown on YouTube. And
not on Sci-Fi.
I gotta ask, and going to Shore. Obviously, Lunchbox had very thought-out thoughts on why he hates the Shore gimmick.
Oh, okay.
But I've got to tell you, everything you said aside, the concept of 2 jackasses from Jersey jumping the X Division champ because he's a terrible representation of Jersey makes me laugh. It's entertaining to me.
To that point, yeah, okay.
And, as far as wrestling goes and not making sense, hey, who did Shore beat in his debut match on Impact but the former X Division champ and, supposed buddy of Jay Lethal and Northeast guy himself, Amazing Red. And,
Okay.
as far as wrestling goes, are you going to say that he's not a skilled performer? Because, hey, I won't even pick on Pittsburgh guys.
All right. As far as that goes, yes.
Who is he talking about? Who am I going to say is not a skilled performer?
He's talking about the Shore guy.
The guy from
Robbie E.
No.
No. I don't think we've
he's a fine talent.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever taken into account his talent because, frankly, all we've seen is the gimmick.
Yeah,
So,
his match,
which,
the
you know,
match he had
that's
with
fine.
Amazing Red was actually pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
talented. We're not. No. We have a problem with the gimmick because the gimmick is getting over as annoying and not a heel.
I don't have a problem with the gimmick.
And I am completely over the excuse that wrestling doesn't make sense. Neither Doink the Clown. Okay, Doink the Clown. That's my answer to anybody who says wrestling doesn't make sense and it pisses them off. Doink the Clown. Move on.
My thing is this is. I think what Freaky was talking about is that Lunchbox made the point that they're booing them because it's a take on the Jersey Shore.
No.
It's like, I relate that to the fact is, why is it that people boo Michael Cole because he's Michael Cole and he sucks?
Yeah. But now they're turning him into a character and they're amping up what people get pissed about. So now people are less annoyed with him because of how he naturally is. They're more annoyed with him because of the character. Which, a laptop gets the greatest heel reaction I've heard in a while. Have you noticed?
That's true. It's right up there with Vicky.
Yeah, a little bit. It's getting there. Though Vicky,
my favorite part is the sound effect they use for it isn't the sound effect that any Apple computer uses. That's a sound effect from an iPhone.
No, not true. When you
Really?
install something on an Apple computer, that is your notification when the install is done, and I think other things on a Mac. I don't hear it as often, but of course, yeah, text messaging, that's the default. I was actually, I had a appointment with Mr. Joe Dombrowski the other week, and my phone went off. I had accidentally left it off vibrate, which I don't do too often. And he's like, Raji M? I'm like, oh, no, it's just my iPhone, sir. But of course, Joe's afraid of technology on top of it all. And of course, a computer taking his job. But other than that, no, yeah. Well, you know what? There's a fine line between annoying and heel reaction. I mean, Jillian Hall has ridden that line for a good long time, with her singing gimmick. Which I think they just throw it out there when they want to get a rise out of people, which is, fine. They don't overdo it at this point. Vicky Guerrero, I almost said Gambito. Vicky Guerrero.
That's completely different.
She started off annoying and now you expect it, I mean, it's like, I mean, we were all pretty just like, what the hell is this when it started, right? You guys are with me on that? So,
I agree, yeah.
And now it's like, oh, here we go. She's gonna say, "Excuse me." Everybody's gonna boo their damn heads off, and this is great. I don't think the Shore. I don't know if the Shore has that much legs right now. It's just annoying to us. They need to turn it into annoying for a reason. Now it's just like, oh god, it's another Jersey Shore thing. This stuff's everywhere. They're capitalizing on it. And I think we just had the preconception. It's like, they're capitalizing on this. They're bringing JWoww. We don't care. It's the Jersey Shore. It's fucking retarded. Get over it. Just like we're doing. Just what's that?
I do love JWoww.
I had not seen an individual from the Jersey Shore that was recognizable to me until she came on Impact.
Yeah. My thing is, my also thing is, I hate when people claim that reason that they hate Jersey Shore is that Robbie E is a cheap ripoff of Zack Ryder.
No, no way. Zack Ryder's from Long Island.
The thing about that is, and this is like, I like Zack Ryder as a character and everything. He's funny, it's great. But with his gimmick, what has he really done? He lost to Santino in the bragging rights qualifying match. You couldn't even get on the bragging rights team,
But you know what? Zack Ryder's kind of coming in. And he's kind of popping up as a Santino-like character. He's the comedy relief guy. Dude's not going to win championships with what he's doing now.
No, I agree, but I think they're almost making him in almost a jobber role.
Yeah.
Even when Sheamus said, "I'm gonna pick the person that is gonna fight me for the championship," and he brings out Zack Ryder because he knows he's gonna beat him.
Yeah. I mean that's where he is.
Look at it this way: Zack Ryder is being the Miz's lackey. When has any lackey ever been like championship material? Look at
Wait, what?
Edge.
The $1 Million Man and Virgil.
Yeah.
No.
I think you're thinking about Alex Riley.
That's what I meant. I get it mixed up a lot.
Okay.
They're both very similar.
Yeah.
Although it's interesting, his old partner Kurt.
Actually,
You said the Miz, I think. Or are you?
Did I?
Yeah, I think you did.
No, I'm saying that he's the Miz's lackey, and lackeys never win championships, just like the $1 Million Man and Virgil.
He's not the Miz's lackey.
Who the fuck are we talking about?
Zack Ryder with the woo.
Oh, Zack Ryder.
Yeah.
Oh. I was thinking of the other guy. Who's
Alex Riley. You're thinking of Alex Riley, and Alex Riley's a great second to Miz.
Okay. I've been confused since this conversation began. Then.
All right.
I thought I kept mixing up Alex Riley and Zack Ryder. My bad.
All right. We're gonna pop over to his other voicemail.
You know what, Michael Sorg? I know that last night I left you a voice message.
You did?
But, I've been thinking a lot today.
I think he's drunk.
I've been thinking a lot about things that yourself, Dashing Mad Mike, that whiny bitch DJ Lunchbox, and the Wrestle Fan have been saying.
What? Is he
I'm
gonna...
not a
You know
whiny
what?
bitch.
I had an epiphany. Professional wrestling has not been respected. And you all, in your own small way, have been contributing to that.
Our own small way.
But no more.
I'm scared.
For if you've seen, and hopefully it is up by now, I have put up links.
What are you scared about? You're in Texas. He's a state over from us.
His name is Big Freaky.
To wrestling television / podcasts
What?
from all over the country.
All over. 3
so far.
Okay.
And more to come. But right now, there's only one that matters.
Okay.
The National Wrestling Alliance. Lunchbox.
Dude, wait, first. Anytime somebody says, there's only one you need to worry about, the NWA, that's when I start getting scared. Okay?
Scariest plug ever.
Because some people really believe the NWA is where it's at, and never died, and never will die, and Ric Flair will be the champion again someday. I don't know. But I don't think this is one of those cases. So let's go on here.
I dare you to watch just one episode. Just one.
Just one.
Are you afraid to?
Are you?
I can just hear all the excuses now
What the
as
hell?
to why you won't.
What the hell?
I
You're
have no
busy,
idea.
blah, blah, blah. But take it from me. Have I ever steered the Mayhem Nation wrong?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Well,
Go and watch NWA Wrestling from Hollywood.
From Hollywood.
And see the World Heavyweight Champion. The man who is the black eye to sports entertainment. One scrap iron Adam Pearce.
Did he say black eye or black guy?
And rejoice in the knowledge that professional wrestling is saved. Now, some of you may be laughing right now.
Yes, we are.
Some of you may think Freaky's done lost his mind.
Yes, that would be
But no,
yeah, that would be
I
my
have
vote.
found it. I have found the truth. And if need be, I will post the new episode on the Mayhem site every week, if that's what it takes. For all of
Did we
you
do
to
that?
see the truth as well.
I don't think that's legal.
Now I could go on about Joey Ryan, Scorpio Sky, Very European Claudio Castagnoli. The Rock Ness Monsters. Los Luchas. I could talk for dozens upon dozens of voice messages.
My bad. Oh, no, that's the end of the voicemail.
Oh my God!
I'm trying to.
What the fuck did I do?
I have no idea. I put up shots.
I can show you the most fuel-efficient route for you.
I'll watch
Don't
the shit
kill
out
me.
of it, man. You just relax, just chill out, and take the pills. Holy crap, man!
Oh man,
I had no idea. I think I don't know what show Big Freaky's been listening to, but look. I love indie wrestling. I love indie wrestling more than anything in the world, Big Freaky. It's my favorite thing right next to my cat. Okay? Just don't hurt me. I don't want you to wear a coat made out of my skin. Jesus Christ, man. I'll watch it. I'll watch all of it. It's all great. It's all amazing.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It really is a good show.
I don't remember bitching about any indie wrestling ever.
I've torn apart some local stuff. I mean, some stuff I've seen, but I mean, if anybody's tearing apart indie wrestling, usually it's this guy. More than anything. Like I said, we're trying to put the positive stuff out there. I mean, we try not to be a bitch session. Okay, sometimes it gets down to that, but sometimes it needs to. But it's, we try to put a positive out on wrestling. And here's a little bit. Here's a little bit of NWA from Hollywood. Okay, this is the old stuff. This is Andre the Giant. Okay, this isn't exactly. All right, they're big on legacy
I don't know
here.
the rest of the words in the song.
Now I've seen. I remember when I had Dish Network, I think it's Colors TV. Up in the thousands. They had NWA Showcase, which had such greats as Eugene and Rob Conway from Las Vegas, and that was really tough to watch. This looks a little bit better, at least. The Prince Magnus in the chat room says, I watch pro wrestling for a living. It's hard enough to watch Raw, so I don't think if NWA is gonna make the squad there. So, WMS, don't hurt me. I'm going to work with that one. So, there's Boom Boom Colt Cabana. I see a packed crowd there going on. So
I love Colt Cabana. He's an amazing
It looks
wrestler.
like a great show.
I mean, sure, okay. I mean, it looks like it. Frankly, it's from Hollywood. It looks like an indie show. I mean, what do you want? So to make sure Big Freaky doesn't try to find out where we all live, we're gonna go and play some NWA Hollywood in the background here.
Yeah,
we'll play it for the entire show, Freaky. Just do not murder us.
There you go. Check it out.
Man.
And support there, right there, Colt Cabana. Hey, Colt Cabana, come on the show. At least put you an email, man. After you told us to. Anyways. Which is really funny because he talks about Ohio Valley Wrestling next with former W stars Rob Conway and Nick Dinsmore. God, if that's what you base your company on, I think you have problems. But again,
hey, don't not about Rob Conway. Rob Conway was the
don't
shit.
say anything bad. Don't say anything bad about that.
All right, real quick.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant, is what that is.
Real
Dinsmore. Fuck yeah, that is a business builder. Jesus.
He will kill you and then he will skin you.
Real quick there, WrestleFan. Is there anything else indie news? We talked so much about it, but real quick, anything else?
Really quick, there's a little bit of Chikara news. For one of their shows in Philadelphia coming up called The Germans. Another great title.
I kind of want to go to that one.
Eddie Kingston will be taking on Homicide.
Okay.
Which I don't know how Homicide will go over with the Chikara crowd, but hey, it's a new venture.
for a kid-friendly crowd, when you have only if Homicide takes on Dragon.
Oh, jeez.
Or Steve the Turtle.
There will be expletives dropped. there will be so much stuff going on.
There goes that clean tag.
That's their next Philadelphia show in November. Also, their Cybernetica show, which I mentioned last week, was this past weekend. Team Chikara coming up on top. Eddie Kingston, like I mentioned, who I mentioned earlier, getting the win. And also big was the mysterious Vocator character who came in, to represent Team Chikara, was revealed as the Chikara return of Sweet and Sour Larry Sweeney.
Woo!
Making his Chikara return in the classic pink and purple tights. So yeah, Larry Sweeney's back in Chikara. Hopefully some good stuff will come out of that. And that's the indie news I have for this week, unless Big Freaky has something. I don't want to step on his toes.
This is the first time we've actually feared a fan. So all right, on that note, we're gonna give you a little bit of a preview of some stuff right now. So here we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back with the Wrestling Roundtable here on the Wrestling Mayhem Show. See you guys.
What was that? Weird noise was that?
That's the...
Well, apparently I sound...
That's what I hear. Alright, now who won the knife fight? That's what I want to know.
Is this knife fight?
Oh wait, are we talking about the movie Pirates or Pirates in general?
Speaking of
porn, actually.
Amigos, you're listening to the Wrestling Mayhem Show. And in case you forgot, my name is Armando Alejandro Zestosumi Estrada.
You're watching the Wrestling Mayhem Show.
This is awesome.
Online at WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
Hey guys, we're back. Wrestling Mayhem Show 242. That's the right number, right, guys? See, we replaced NWA Hollywood with a special guest roundtabler. And we'll get to him in a minute. First, I want to speak on our sponsor, Backblaze. Please go support the show by checking out Backblaze over our link at WrestlingMayhemShow.com and SorgatronMedia.com. What it is a backup solution for you guys, so you can back up all the files you got going on, even down to backing up your wrestling and porn videos that you downloaded off the internet. Just saying. There you go. I've recently bought one of these little doodads for my laptop. This is a hard drive. Isn't that a shiny hard drive? Look at that thing. That's pretty cool. But I have a feeling I'm going to lose this.
Too small.
It's still too small. So it's barely bigger than my phone. And I have enough problems finding that. If it didn't make noises, I'd probably lose it more often. But traveling around, doing the freelance work in the coffee shops and everything, you're always worried about something happening in this thing. And of course, if you got it backed up, you got a little bit less stress on your shoulders. So it's only $5 a month per computer. Some of those other guys are just charging that much or more just for what's on your computer, not even talking about external drives. I got 4 drives hooked up upstairs. They're all backing off, all streaming off there to backblaze.com, and I can retrieve those files anytime from their website. Even if it really crashed, you can go through an option there, and they'll send you your stuff on and give you a hard drive for easy backups. Let's go check them out. Backblaze.com. Please check them out through our links, WrestlingMayhemShow.com and SorgatronMedia.com, and check out all the stuff going on, SorgatronMedia.com. So back with it here, guys. Lots of stories this week. A lot of really interesting stuff happening. And of course, I want to introduce our guest roundtabler tonight. In the steed of Mad Mike is the Prince Magus, who's been joining us in several weeks here in our chat rooms. It's great to see you in person.
Hey, right back at you, Megasorg. I'm calling you that as a little bit of a Power Rangers throwback. I just call people names, and I'm sorry if I am offending in any way, but Power Rangers is awesome, right?
Yeah, exactly.
MVP seemed to think so.
Exactly. We're still trying to schedule that Power Rangers birthday party we found when we were talking to Johnny Gargano.
Awesome.
I didn't know you guys were throwing me a birthday.
Yeah, you turn 17 soon, right? So
yeah, which means according to Wrestling Mayhem Show numbers, I am officially 3.
What? wait, what?
I don't know.
How's that math work? I don't get where you're coming from there.
It's okay. It's not the Math Mayhem Show.
That's true. That's true. Excellent. So let's get right into it. In the news, somebody mysteriously posted since last time I've been online. Don't read the entire from 411mania.com. King of Ring is returning.
What?
Yeah, it is.
So what's going on here? Who posted this?
that was just like put up recently. I just looked at it less than an hour ago or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to tell you, if the King of the Ring is coming back full force, hell yes, I am all about that. We don't have enough of awesome things. We were talking about this in the chat a little bit ago. There's not enough tournaments today anymore.
Mm-hmm.
There's not enough trophies. There's not enough towels. The 3 T's of wrestling right there. And now we're going to get a tournament and hopefully a trophy. And then maybe they could even throw a towel around them while they're receiving said trophy at end of said tournament. I'm all about this King of the Ring coming back idea, and it's going to be phenomenal.
I'm curious.
I say it's great because it gives me another reason to put my pinky high in the air for whoever wins this year.
Now, I'm curious about your application of towels in this
towels.
example.
Oh, easy. We got to talk about when towels are brought into wrestling. It's awesome. Okay, Taz, totally badass, coming out with the towel on his head.
Okay.
Val Venus, totally rocking the porn star thing. And yes, it is a little homoerotic of me to say that it was awesome. He came out in a towel, but I'm cool with it. And Kane, when he first took off the mask and he was just like ripping through everybody's shit and tombstoning the possible senator of Connecticut and just choking Bischoff off of the stage. Kane came out with the black towel. Come on, towels plus wrestling, awesome. That's the last thing that they need to bust out with Ted DiBiase to get him over.
Wow.
They just come out with a towel.
Only if
He
Maurice
needs to come out with a towel. If I put the $1 million belt. What? Oh yeah, Mr. Perfect. There you go.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And bubblegum.
And bubblegum.
Yeah.
According to this article of 411 Mania, looks like they're going to bring it back November 29th for a 3-hour episode Raw in Philadelphia. That's pretty close to Survivor Series.
I think that's a little bit after Survivor Series, actually.
Well, it would be the week after Survivor Series, I think, or two Raws after.
Well, that would be interesting.
The last one they held. Go ahead.
I want to see though how the Survivor Series matches are going to be different than the bragging rights matches, or the bragging rights match. I mean, other than there'll probably be less people in it.
That was I'm wondering if they're just gonna give up on the whole Survivor Series idea this year, unless maybe they'll do a Nexus one. I'm thinking, or
maybe, yeah.
Which I hate doing the Survivors.
But didn't they do that at SummerSlam?
They did.
Oh,
they did.
God,
there was elimination. For hating that we've been missing out on a real Survivor Series for about 15 years. We've had a lot of Survivor Series. We've had a lot of Survivor Series style matches, and not only that, they're like 5-7 people. You know, remember the first Survivor Series, especially the tag team one that had 5 tag teams on each side. That's what they need to bring back. Unfortunately, we have no tag teams in this.
Yeah, you got to put together 5 tag teams before that happens, and that's a little bit of a stretch.
And all the tag teams they're breaking up, including women's tag teams. The few that they have.
Fantastic. Oh well, it'll come back around 7 years, right? That's the rule.
7 years.
Let's see. What is this? Please, whoever added this, please stand up. Maybe Mad Mike.
It's me.
It's you.
I'm the one.
Present your news,
haven't
sir.
you learned by now that the hour before the show, I sit down at my computer at 7 o'clock, and while you're finishing up the Awesome Cast, I'm looking for last-minute news items.
Present your stuff, man. Present your stuff.
Well, there's a couple other articles in here about this as the story was developing about voters not being allowed to wear WWE clothing at the polls.
Mm-hmm.
And I was following this closely. I used to be the person who trains the people to operate the polling locations. So to me, it did make sense. Linda McMahon allied herself with WWE, and it is a law that any kind of political advertising has to be 75 feet from polling stations. That is a law. I can't, like in the presidential election, I can't have a Barack Obama sign within 75 feet of the polling stations. I can't wear, Barack is my homeboy stuff when I go in to vote. That is straight up not allowed. And they were saying that they were going to enforce that in Connecticut with by not letting their voters wear any kind of WWE garb because it's, political advertising for Linda McMahon, essentially. Well, Vince said that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard and filed a lawsuit against everybody involved. And he won, like the next day. They were like, all right, we'll let you vote, you charlatans. And that was that.
And apparently, like before the lawsuit came out, they said that this wasn't without precedence. Apparently, when Schwarzenegger was running for governor, nobody was allowed to wear a Terminator T-shirt, which I don't know. I think that's more applicable because a Terminator T-shirt would have Arnold Schwarzenegger on the T-shirt, most likely. So True. I think that's more the idea than he was associated with the Terminator. I could be wrong, but of course they were making the case that WWE's recent stand for WWE, I meant to use that separately, is politically motivated, which it is to a point, but they're saying it's politically motivated in favor of Linda McMahon. Right. Which it's not a direct correlation to that. It's her husband putting it on, of course. But I think it's a little sketchy when you talk about the connection,
But when you go to the polls and stuff like that, if you're rocking your WWE shirt, I don't think that anybody who goes and they're planning on voting and they've made up their mind about who they're going to vote for and they've never seen an episode of wrestling in their life, I don't think they're going to go to they're going to like roll up to the polls and be like, hey, it's a pretty sweet shirt. What's that say? Undertaker? It says you can't see me. You can't see me. That and Linda McMahon are like that. So I'm going with Linda. Fuck Blumenthal. I'm going the other direction. I got a lot more invested in this because I'm actually living in the state of Connecticut these days, and so I've kept up on a whole bunch of it. And I really think who's really concerned that somebody who doesn't watch wrestling is going to see a WWE T-shirt for all they see the Miz I'm Awesome T-shirt and it's time to vote for Linda. Little bit of broken logic there, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, I'm really glad to have you on. I was actually going to ask Mad Mike about this since I knew he lived close by to Connecticut. It's great we have somebody that's actually living in the state that's actually kind of impacts. Now I understand Linda's not doing very good up there. She's dropping in the polls every day. Last I heard.
I met her like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weekends ago. I went to this thing in the morning because we knew Triple H was going to be there too. And when we got there, it's kind of funny because it was like a third of the people there were actually there for Linda, and everybody else was like, big ass title belts over their shoulders and 8x10s with tons of Sharpies. And so Trips gets in and he signs everything. And me and my guys, we meet him, say what's up and all that. That's cool. Everybody is so mobbing Triple H that we're able to go up and talk to Linda, and we got like 10 minutes of like pretty deep conversation with her. And she's a very sweet lady, very nice. And but when I went to that, she was only 4 points behind, I believe. Don't completely quote me on this unless you want to start specific rumors, internet. But as far as I heard like yesterday she was down 14. So it's kind of weird that things bounce around that quickly. I don't know. It'd be interesting if she won, I guess, but I don't think it'd be good for wrestling personally.
No, I don't think it will have any real effect on wrestling, other than maybe WWE will, since one of the main reasons them going PG was because of Linda's campaign. Maybe that'll be the only reason it will affect it. But other than that, I don't think so either.
Oh, we're so careful with everything on TV now, and there's nothing that's bold. There's nothing that really sticks out in your mind when you think about, like, because I hate to compare it to the Attitude Era, but we started working on all this stuff from the Attitude Era just this week, and they weren't afraid to make like real bold ideas with storylines that they knew could be controversial and will really stir some stuff up. Like right now, rivalries are barely personal most of the time in WWE. They're more so, you've got the title belt. Hey, that's a pretty little accessory you got there. Does that thing spin? No, not anymore. Oh, I still want it. Because that's kind of cool looking.
It's more of a big men fighting over shiny things at this point.
It's jingle keys.
Ooh, main event.
I remember when the world title storylines revolved over murdering people and having sex
kidnapping.
With their bodies,
Man, those were the days.
It's compelling though. It's interesting, like I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
like
it's
you,
just a
Randy
change
Orton,
in the
says
times.
Wade Barrett. Oh, well. I shouldn't rip on Barrett. I love Barrett. But
Wade Barrett does do a great job berating Cena every week.
threw the water in his face.
I'm just like, I want to be you.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Barrett's pretty sweet. I don't know. As has been discussed in deep length, the whole Nexus angle is great. I think also just that it's such a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It also gets like, I'm afraid that there might get too much fresh air eventually. So maybe somebody needs to close a window. I mean, Heath Slater isn't really anything. Okay, why did Tarver have to get injured? He was actually cool. David Otunga, does he have to, like, when is he going to straight to the camera, I can't read that cue card? When he sits down for a segment with John Cena, he sits down next to him and he goes, "Hey, John, look, I know that Wade can be a pain, but if you ever need a friend, I'm here, man. We're good." It's like, dude, you just go bang your celebrity wife or whatever and keep your job security through that because you suck ass. I don't know. I think cosmically I took Mike's rage for this show.
It's been carried over.
Well,
But,
I think we're all feeling it kind of vicariously through him, because I just saw a tweet come through via Mad Mike to the Mayhem Show account. There's a guy at work that looks like Vince Russo, and I want to stab in the taint. So there you go.
Jeez.
That's intense.
Or we just got a veiled scoop. Anyways, another thing, going back to the election here, looks like there's been some talk about Michael Benoit, of course. Apparently, Richard Blumenthal.
Mm-hmm.
They brought in Michael Benoit, father, of course, Chris Benoit, the Hartford, to speak out against Linda McMahon. And to which Linda was asked, as just pretty much called him bitter, as sad, and he wants to find an answer and someone else to blame, which kind of sounds like what I've heard too, But who wouldn't in that situation? It's really
that kind of shows, like, the way the way politics go nowadays. And now, since it's with the whole Linda McMahon thing, and I mean that's very interesting by Blumenthal. I wouldn't be surprised if they start doing that. Like, maybe they would bring in, say, Owen Hart's wife, since she's been very adamant.
That's right. She's been vocal lately.
Yeah. So I mean, very interesting.
Yeah, I'm not so much blaming Michael Benoit for this as the opposing campaign for parading him in front of the
Yeah, I mean, you can't. I mean, you have to feel bad for him for a little bit, after all that he's
horrible.
gone through. But still, I mean, Blumenthal parading him over, to trash Linda is kind of a cheap move.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the stuff that Blumenthal is doing is simply based. All of his attacks have been based in things that have happened in the wrestling industry.
Yeah.
That aren't really like. There's things that weren't in the McMahon's control. One of my favorite was in the Connecticut debate. If anybody saw that, the way that he ended it was he talked about. He said, like, you shouldn't vote for somebody who doesn't know the negative effects of steroids. Like, that's the last pot shot he took in the end of the debate.
Wait, what? Like as a general statement, he said this? Like, not...
Yeah. He said that, like, his closing statement. That was the last thing he mentioned, was that Linda McMahon didn't know the effects of steroids. And if anybody even turned on wrestling today and then maybe watched, just put them side to side 10 years ago. Let's do Two Boys from Chicago. Okay, today you've got my boy CM Punk, which I say because I'm originally from the great Windy City. And then 10 years ago, you got Lex Luger. Now you put these two together, and let's see if we can figure out what the state of steroids in wrestling today is versus 10 years ago. I'd say it's a pretty significant jump.
Yeah.
But these are the kind of pot shots at the industry that he's just taking all the time.
Size.
Sorry, that was that, LB?
You don't even have to go back 10 years and different people. Look at Randy Orton's size from, just a few WrestleManias ago to now.
Oh, yeah. Friggin' Edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Completely. Let's see what else we got here. UFC, of course, Brock Lesnar lost.
He was toppled.
Did you get to see the fight, LB?
No.
So sad.
No, I didn't.
So sad. Well, the big news coming from that.
I did miss it, but from everything I heard, Brock Lesnar basically got his ass handed to him by Cain Velasquez. And to his eternal credit, he was very gracious and very cool about everything. And he said, Cain was a better man. So
yeah.
Well, the big news coming.
Wasn't a dick about things.
The news coming out of that was in a post-fight interview, they were talking to Undertaker. He was sitting ringside with Michelle McCool, which I actually picked this up off of Diva Dirt because it was a lady appearance. They're talking with him, and he has a brief moment with Brock Lesnar, asking him if he wanted to fight.
It's something like that. He says, "You want to do it?"
Yeah,
you
yeah.
Want to do it?
It was like I figured it'd be more than that, but it's literally like Brock's walking by him. You see him come out of the camera, and he's already looking at Taker, and Taker's just kind of like, "You want to do this? You want to do this?"
Yeah. Good luck, Dan, man.
Oh, fantastic! I've been telling everybody that MMA is going to turn into pro wrestling in 20 years.
Well, there you go.
This is a start.
Yeah. I've heard everything from, it was a completely isolated incident to that Brock's been getting offers from WWE to come back and fight The Undertaker at WrestleMania, and I have no idea.
I don't see what they're doing with The Undertaker now. Why would they have him put in a feud with Brock Lesnar?
Yeah. Go back to the whole kind of MMA shoot style thing and kind of roll with that. I don't know about that. But the speculation wheels are turning. They got a lot of people are like, well, maybe this is a long-term deal to get into WrestleMania. Maybe this is something in between. Well, the sources from within WWE are saying that this was planned and they knew about this going to happen. It was a look. It was an inconsequential look and a website, a MMA website that nobody's heard of. I think it was like MMAfighting.com, was it? That might be a fan house, AOL fan house, show. But they got out there in the news, so I guess that's all they needed. So
well, Dana White straight up said Brock's under contract with the UFC, and he will not be doing any professional wrestling while he's under contract with us.
Which you never know. That could be a smokescreen.
Brock is such a cash cow for the UFC. I can't see them wanting to share him at all.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Oh yeah.
He amplified it. As big as fighting was getting, it felt like it was starting to take a little bit of a cool off until Lesnar came around, and Lesnar was just the talk of the town. And I think he's going to even remain the talk of the town without the belt on him, because he's just born in the wrong century. He should not be. He should be. That guy should be wearing a helmet with horns on it, commanding Vikings when to row, and swinging a sword atop a horse. That
would be very interesting.
Lesnar was meant to be born like 1,000 years ago. No exaggeration.
That was an epic.
Guy's trapped in the wrong century.
That was an epic beard he was sporting there the other night too.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, totally.
The people living in that beard.
Fantastic. Well, that next bit of news here. WWE actually signs Eddie and Vicky Guerrero's daughter to FCW. Shaul
Guerrero.
Shaul Guerrero. Here, let me move you aside here, and we got a quick picture of her, and there you go. This is not the 14-year-old girl I remember in the ring with Eddie several years ago.
Wow.
Oh, that's a pretty conservative picture you got up there for the listeners on the iTunes.
Some more. It looks like here's something from Chat Roulette. It's amazing. You sign a new female wrestler, and there's a picture of her in her bedroom.
Totally doing the MySpace angle, like holding the camera out.
Well, there's the rest of that. Yeah, that is pretty conservative. That's like, I don't know. But this one, I wasn't even sure if this was her on this other picture. Because there's all those that you saw. And
that looks like her.
It's all on divadirt.com if you want to check this out. Then there's this. What? That can't be the same person.
What the what?
There's some of her, even more scantily clad than that kind of thing though, and she's got like this star tattoo on her elbow or something. Like She's got some big old tattoo going up the side of her hip. That I don't know. Whatever. She's a diva. She's a Guerrero. Vicky's fun. You guys were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
hopefully
what's the worst that can happen?
Hopefully she can wrestle already. She's around enough of the family, right? You know.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if she grew up with the ring in the backyard like the rest of them did. You never know.
It can't be any bad than the chicks I saw on TV last night.
Speaking of, why don't you tell us how NXT went last night? That was the big wedding episode. I'm sorry I missed the wedding.
No, the thing is, we bitch a lot about TNA.
Yeah. Yes, we do.
That was... It's... Wrestlicious was much better than what I saw last night. Okay, I'll list the reasons.
Give us a rundown. Now you were doing the updates on the Twitter last night. And
yeah,
I
have my greatest Twitter quotes ever from that show.
I think I favorited a couple of them, to be honest.
One, apparently now WWE is sponsored by what is it? Hamburger Helper.
What the hell?
Naomi came out for her Halloween costume because they all dressed up in Halloween costumes. Came out as the big Hamburger Helper hand.
Oh man!
And then she did the whole
pictures of that on the website.
She did the whole what did the 5 fingers say to the face thing, the striker. And then she pretty much she got the microphone and she said the Hamburger Helper, 1 pan, 1 tasty meal, and that was it. Like, they just used her to, like, just sponsor Hamburger Helper.
Oh my god.
Like, wow. Second of all, when they wrestled at the night, because there was wrestling, they wrestled in their costumes.
Yeah, they
didn't change into wrestling gear. So Naomi was wrestling as a big freaking hand. And it was bad. Michael Cole, Josh Matthews, and Tony Chimmel were watching a movie on Cole's laptop.
Oh, wait a minute. Is it the same as the Raw GM laptop?
Yeah. If you care about this show, why should I?
Yeah, what are they doing with this show? It's like a big practical joke, you know?
Hey, Bobby the Brain used to watch other TV on Raw. They'd show him sitting at his desk flipping through the channels. It was glorious.
This is the thing. One, what does shoveling candy in your mouth make you a better diva?
Well, do we really need to go into the shoveling in your mouth jokes?
WWE hates fatties. Two, wait, what was my second one? Two, this segment, we need something to spice up this segment. What do we need? We'll bring in a midget dressed as a cowboy.
What?
How has Edge not speared him yet?
Two, they had to add the scene at the end of Caitlyn choking on one of the candy bars. Which reminded me, if anyone remembers, it was like an episode of SmackDown, and when there was Miss Kitty and they had the gravy bowl match, and she choked on a mushroom.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a good time.
It was bad, and then Caitlyn spits up the mushroom on Vicky Guerrero, which this I didn't get. Vicky was all like, obviously she didn't like it, but she was just somber. Like, she didn't really do anything.
Vicky went through the hog pen match, though, so she's ready for anything coming at her.
But you freak the F out when someone throws glitter on you.
Hey, I've had glitter thrown on me at an ICP show. It's pretty nasty.
It doesn't come off, dude.
Wow. There were 2 highlights of the show, but they didn't save the show at all. One, Caitlyn did a great impression of Vicky Guerrero. Because she looked exactly like her, and 2, her voice was like exactly on. And 2, Oksana. Oksana makes this show so much better.
Oh, I love what they're doing with her and Goldust. I love that Goldust had a great match at the pay-per-view.
Flowers.
Goldust is a great wrestler.
But Actually, and not just that, she actually stepped up her ring work.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, in her match, it was the mixed tag with Ted and Maurice.
Awesome.
She didn't screw up any of the bumps.
Yeah.
Like, she actually got the roll up right. Like, it was surprising to me. And she wasn't just like goofing. Like, you could tell like she actually tried to tell a story a bit during the match, which was cool. Also, I would love for the announcers or the commentators to shut up whenever Maurice is wrestling, because her in-ring commentary is hilarious. There's one point where like Goldust is on the outside of the ring and she like kicks him or whatever, and then she just gets on the apron and yells at the crowd and telling them to take a picture. and there's like this like pose on the ring apron. It is hilarious. Maurice would do great at an indie show, just interacting with the fans.
Oh, I bet she'd be tremendous. There was an interview with her actually this week where she's talking about she wants to get to the point where the fans absolutely hate her guts, and she says it's to the point where they actually, when she's at ringside, they actually do spit in her hair.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, and no, Maurice actually had the best line from NXT last night, where she's complaining. She's like, "I don't want to be here." The best quote: "The arena smells like vomit," and I'm like, best quote. I'm like, really, Maurice? I have no idea why that arena full of WWE divas would smell like vomit. Wink, wink, wink.
Bulimia. Good times.
Everybody loves a good bulimia joke. But I seriously think that your NXT recap is more entertaining than the show.
It really is. It's like, that's the thing. It's like, I don't understand. Even the fact that they're online and not on TV, why would you how is that making anyone watch this show when your announcers pretty much say, I cannot wait for this show to be over?
No, they do say that. Michael Cole has straight up said that.
Josh Matthews does it too.
Yeah, they've gotten to that point. Yeah.
Matthews was careful at first, but then when Cole was just going hog wild, he's like, F it, I don't care anymore.
Week, Cole leaves the announce table because he got a call from his mother.
Oh, that was funny.
Is this the show that Vince just kind of walked away from as a backstage producer, you think?
I think
so. Because, man, something's going on. Somebody.
Wait, what about Mad Mike saying that there was a guy that looked like Vince Russo at his office? Is he the one that's booking this?
There you go. There you go. All right, I want to run through the rest of this news here real quick. We actually got a lot of I want to at least touch a little bit on. Night of Champions pay-per-view buys are dramatically down compared to last year's show. Last year, it looks like they drew about 267 buys. Numbers are complete, but it's looking at 169,000 for that show. Yeah, it goes to what we were talking about. I think the price, I'm thinking the price. I think the price for what people were getting, and I don't think
it's not worth it.
It doesn't feel special anymore. You know,
right.
The pay-per-views are supposed to be a big thing. It doesn't feel like a big thing. It feels like a better episode of Raw. You know, really. So there you go. In related news to that, TNA Reaction actually finished its 10-episode run. So no word yet if it's being renewed. So if your bedtime is 11 p.m. on Thursday nights, you'll probably like that news.
Great, because now we'll have 10 minutes of Impact just missing.
The tape machines are rolling.
I really hope that, Spike TV's like, okay, you guys thought you were gonna like pull one over on us, but we're not completely retarded.
Not completely.
Pitch one show another,
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. So I got a story about the new member of the broadcast team. No, we'll skip
I haven't
that
seen this guy yet.
I saw him on I tuned in to Superstars a couple weeks ago and noticed there's a new guy. He's actually a sports anchor on the local WNBC4 up there in the... No, I keep getting confused because his name is Scott Stanford, but I don't think he's from Stanford, Connecticut.
Irony.
Yeah, there you go. Who posted about Armando Estrada? Where'd this come from? He's closed his restaurant, Baby Steak and Lemonade. We never got our sandwich.
We never got our spicy steak and hummus covered sandwich.
Were you even on the show then?
I think I wasn't on this show, but I heard you guys ranting about hummus and it.
You know what? Speaking of that, hold on, I gotta play something here. I just ran across this in my music files. One second.
Oh no! Is it gonna be live? Is it gonna be live dance?
Wait, with your head? Dive in. What she? You know what? She could whatever she wants, man.
Okay,
she can ask me to fuck her. If Norm Connors is listening to the show, he now has the email address bookarmando@yahoo.com, so he can book Armando at iwc.com. Norm, we want Armando. We want Armando, and I want him to bring me that fucking spicy hummus-covered steak sandwich.
He can sell sandwiches. I'm hungry now.
Dude, steak, jalapenos, fucking red roasted pepper hummus? Who the fuck puts hummus on a steak sandwich? The man is brilliant.
Awesome.
That's all.
You just have that line
I thought
around.
It was hilarious when you transition between the clips and it says, "I'll do whatever she wants. I can fuck her with."
Yeah,
No, but
I kind of
it came off I can fuck her with Norm Connors.
All right, what else we got here? Let's see. Vince sues Connecticut. We talked about that. Guerrero's daughter. Victory over Connecticut. Vince McMahon has conquered Connecticut. It's a small state. He could probably do it. Let's see. Fit Finley is going to have a movie done about him and his family. Because apparently they're pretty big over there across the pond in the wrestling world. So that'll be interesting. I think it's going to be local as, let's see, being shown in Ireland and on the BBC in the UK. We'll see it sometime. Just like alongside episodes of Top Gear, which is fantastic.
Sorg, we need to have a talk about Top Gear between the shows here.
Do we? All right.
I'll give you some Top Gear.
Okay, we'll talk some Top Gear. I'm enjoying it on Netflix so far. Let's see. Knucklehead review. Big Show praised. But last I saw, it was only being shown in 16 theaters nationwide.
Oh,
Let's see if I can find that.
It's Big Show wrestling a bear. I mean, come on. I'm all about, like, when I was watching the trailer for the first time, I was like, okay, let's see, it's got Big Show wrestling a bear.
Mm-hmm.
It's got him walking into ceiling fans. So that's like the two things I really want to get out of my Big Show entertainment. And then everybody, I hope, has seen the trailer, because at the very end of that, I think you guys played it on the show or something a couple weeks back.
Yeah.
But remember at the very end of it, it's just got him shitting up that bus. Can't fit in the toilet in the back of the bus, and he's just like sticking his head out of it, going, "I'm sorry," and everybody's running out of the bus screaming, all bloody hell, throwing arms in the air. I mean, how was this not gonna? Oh God!
Fun rip-roaring time for the whole family.
Oh, I'm sorry. 6 screens when they checked it here.
Movies cost a
Knuckleheadthemovie.com.
lot of money to make. How does that happen?
But it's going to be on, and it was confirmed to me. Somebody actually hit me back on Twitter from, I think they were from one of the wrestling websites. News sites. It will be on DVD mid-November.
Yeah.
So WWE's doing and we've seen this a lot. I was actually talking to somebody today about this, because they're like, "Oh, you can get these movies the same day as the theater on Comcast or something like that." He's like, "Yeah, I've seen them too. They come on HDNet for a limited engagement, or they're on pay-per-view." On my Fios here, and then they're in the theater for about a week, in about 2 weeks, and then they'll be straight to DVD, just like we saw with Legend with John Cena. There's this strange new model they're trying to do here with movies they know aren't going to be blockbusters. It's almost like these limited engagement theater deals are to hype it up a little bit as sort of screeners for DVD buying. But that's a whole other discussion. But WWE's going along with it. So, yeah, still listed 6 screens. Peoria, or Arizona, California.
And Peoria, or Arizona is the middle of nowhere. I just lived in Arizona for 4 years.
Chino Hills, California, Miami, Florida, Bloomington, Minnesota, New York. Okay, got one. South Lake, Texas.
Wow.
What is that? At least they actually represented it in New York. You can't get a blast zone to watch a pay-per-view up in New York City, apparently, but you can watch the Knucklehead premiere. And all of these show, there are 3 to 4 times per theater. That's it. That's all it's showing. That's all you get.
So, like, for a day.
Yeah. It's in the theaters. So if you really want to see this in the theaters, I don't even know. Oh, first 100 kids to each weekend matinee show will get a WWE prize pack, including a Halloween bag, DVD poster, and more. Fantastic. Oh, and all of this was this past weekend. Sorry.
You missed it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're doing. It looks like it'll be funny, and I'll have it on my Netflix here soon. It's probably, I wouldn't be surprised it goes straight to streaming too.
Yeah.
I bet you Legend's going to come up here any day. Let's see. Shane Helms launched the show Highway to Helms over at
because I'm totally going to watch that.
It's why not, man? I mean, a lot of them.
He's friends with Meth Hardy.
Yeah,
and Fat
but he's the more entertaining friend. And it's part of 3 Count. Come on.
3 Count.
Justin TV and geekweek.com/live Wednesdays at 6 p.m.
What the hell is Evan Courageous up to these days?
Seriously.
Speaking of 3 Count.
Evan...
Let's get that guy out of
By the way, I watched
WCW dust.
I watched some Omega something Passion DVD. This is how low on a totem pole this DVD was done. It's one of the big Vision Entertainment ones. I watched the first probably half hour of the thing. Really low budget documentary. Okay. It's so much that it was listed once on the Netflix. If you have Netflix, you know what I'm talking about. When you have multi-disc, stuff like the WWE DVDs or 3 discs, you get one. It's 1 DVD at a time. You only get one of the discs. They just had it listed in there, and I got 2 discs in the mail. I got both discs for this. They just gave them to me. They're like, "Here you go. Nobody else is ordering this." So there you go.
Sounds good.
Oh, speaking of Evan Courageous, I Wikipedia'd him.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now.
He breeds and trains AKC pit bull terriers. In addition, he is an expert bow hunter, rifle marksman, and fisherman, and is an active wildlife conservationist.
Evan Courageous, I was always a fan of you in WCW.
Remember, this guy was in a fake boy band.
that did like springboard moonsaults. All right, that is fantastic.
And he's a bow hunter.
Oh my god.
If
you give me a list of like 3 things that he might have been up to today, like fire suit stuntman, bow hunter, president of these United States right now, and I don't know, God, I would have chose bow hunting last.
Amazing. Let's see. WWE is hiring over 100 employees to gear up the WWE Network in 2011. They're really making a push for this, I guess.
140 is the word that's going around.
Really?
Yeah, it's what a lot of us are really hoping is that because our job is a temporary thing, and we're hoping that once we get through it all, that's about when they're going to be opening up the network and things can happen. But I mean, I'm totally about if they come up with a 24/7 network. That'd be pretty cool.
They have enough content with all the stuff they bought up over the years.
Oh, jeez.
Man, they could. I mean, they're only really trickling stuff out right now with 24/7 or WWE Classics on Demand, whatever they're calling it these days. If they just aired like every day at 12 o'clock, you're going to get AWA, and at 1 o'clock you're going to get Georgia Championship Wrestling, and or you're going to get the MSG, live from MSG series at 3. I mean, they could go forever with that. How many years? I mean, Superstars never had a repeat, so you have so much time of that.
And there's cool stuff that you can do with it too, because it's all this old footage. Like, what if you were to take Gordon Soley or Lee Marshall or whoever's announcing out of it and just put some modern people in, announce it like it's going on now. I mean, there's original things that they could do with it, with all this plethora of footage that I think would be awesome in the end. Or new match graphics for stuff, that'd be cool.
Or if they did more fun stuff like the Wrestling Roundtable that I know they're doing. More kind of spin-off programming like that, more kind of documentary stuff. I'm sure they'll play some DVD stuff, like maybe like they'll play like the original John Cena DVD up there or something,
right.
from back in the day when he was still a rapper.
But he was around for 2 years and had a DVD come out.
Yeah, exactly. Like that old stuff. Or maybe they'll put out, what are some of the older ones they put out? Maybe like my old Brutus the Barber Beefcake tape, where he goes to barber school to change gimmicks. Those were the days. There's a lot of that stuff. The Pile Driver tape could be played every once in a while, just because.
Pile Driver.
Just because. Oda The Slammies, so we can see some old Slammies. It'd be tremendous. Ooh. Macho Madness. I got that on VHS. I'd love to see that stuff on a better quality.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there you go. Now, I don't know how much you can talk about it, but I know you and Mike are logging tapes over there. Is this for gearing up for this project?
We don't know exactly, and
you're a part of an experiment.
Yeah, really, we're
in the basement at Stanford WWE corporate.
It's a very basic thing of like taking everything off of Betamax tapes and digitizing. Basically,
okay.
That's what we're doing. I mean, we're making it easier for producers to sort through it. It's fun, and we get to see some really interesting stuff. I had no idea who Playboy Buddy Rose was before I started logging AWA stuff. Now I'm a total mark, and he's been dead for like 7 years, but still, could be a mark for a dead guy, right?
Yeah, sure. Okay, look, Kurt Cobain did it, right?
Yeah, there we go. But I'm sure once everything's put away, just because it's going to be easier for producers to access, it's going to be better for everybody all around and more time efficient. I think if it were to pick what they wanted to play on the network, they're going to go off of what we've sorted through.
Fantastic. And I wonder if this is something they're just getting to, or if this is something that's actually been happening for years. So much stuff as they have, I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, as far as we can tell, it's a year-long project.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, as far as we can tell, it hasn't been going on forever. They logged in old systems, but I don't know. We work in a shack in the back. We're not in the actual TV studio. But it's kind of cool. We get to park right by the. We're right by the Corvette that's stone cold filled with cement. That's in our parking lot, so that's fun.
Nice.
Awesome. Oh, and Undertaker's hearse and the spotlights that John Cena got thrown through.
They just have these displays out front, or
they're not really displays. No, they got like tarps thrown over them, and they're just in a parking lot.
Oh, they're just stored.
Yeah. Yep. No, but it's nifty. I mean, I just went through that show today with the cement and the thing. So it's cool. And to getting back to our final point, I think if the network did come about, it'd be cool new business. I wonder if. I wonder the logistics of bringing everything to HD, and if that would go through. I wonder what because I could see a solid 12-hour schedule plan, but as far as what you're going to play at 3 a.m., because part of what you feature are going to be like the AWA things that are played at 3 a.m. on ESPN right now.
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell.
Yeah,
I definitely agree though with the idea of doing more round tables and stuff like that. We gotta give Michael Hayes though his own round table, because every round table that Michael Hayes is in, he's just like, all right. So we were on a little bit of the
you gotta
prescription of something. Like every single one of his stories, they were high, and it's awesome.
You gotta think for Michael Hayes, they could do it. They're gonna be extended cable. So they have a little bit of leeway. At 10 o'clock every night, it's shooting the shit with Michael Hayes.
10 o'clock, do it at 1 a.m. Call it Totally Baked with Michael Hayes.
There you go. There's your assignment, people. Like, what shows would you like to see on 24/7 or not 20? Well, maybe they'll call it 24/7. Maybe that's why they changed the name from the On Demand. Maybe this is going to be the real 24/7 that they wanted to do. So, I mean, it's cool that they got an on-demand, honestly. Like, I fight every month, every time I see a commercial, the one to put down I think it's $10 on my system. I know it's been as low as like $7 and $8 for some people. But it's, man, I have hard enough time watching the DVDs I get from Netflix that are 3 hours at a time. So, and watch all the new wrestling that's coming up. So, that's it's tough.
Totally.
But keep it up. Do the hard work for you fans so we can talk about it.
Yeah.
So, let's see. I don't have anything else, I don't think, here. I'm looking through, see if there's anything really big I wanted to bring up. Oh, Jean-Claude Van Damme suffered a heart attack.
Oh yeah, I threw that in there just because I thought it was funny. And he didn't suffer a heart attack. He's okay.
He's okay.
He suffered a heart attack and he's okay. That's what makes it funny.
Well, you can suffer a heart attack and be okay.
There you go.
That's what he gets for not being in the Expendables.
Yeah,
There you go. Well, let's go ahead and wrap up then. Let's go ahead through to WrestleFan. What'd you learn from wrestling this week? Everybody's frozen.
I learned that Katie Lee on TNA Impact was awesome. I love the gimmick that they're doing with her. It's sure to be great.
Mm-hmm. Winter, I think they're calling her.
Yeah.
Winter.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be curious. I'm just glad to see her doing something. LB, what are you learning from wrestling this week? And in life.
Well, actually, yeah, I did learn something from wrestling this week that I honestly did not know before.
Mm-hmm.
Dolph Ziggler is a hell of a wrestler. That was I can't say enough good things about his match with Daniel Bryan. That was absolutely great this week.
Excellent. Magus.
Just think he was in the Spirit Squad.
Yeah, exactly.
How fucked up is that?
All right, no, the High Spirits was an awesome move. Though, like just watch when they that Shawn Michaels and God versus the McMahons. Watch when they throw him 40 feet in the air and he goes through the table. That's friggin' insane. I digress.
Magus, what did you learn from wrestling this week?
I learned it's going a little old school because of the stuff that we've gone through. I guess it might be relevant because he shows up in the indie stuff, but I learned that I was lied to as a child watching WCW. I learned that when I thought that, going off of the whole winter thing, when I thought that Glacier was awesome because he was basically Sub-Zero, go back and watch a Glacier match. Go back and watch a Glacier anything, and you will be mad. You will be so mad that you were lied to, that you were tricked into thinking he was awesome because you were younger and he was Mortal Kombat. And I am not going to keep us around for another 45 minutes about this because me and Michael argue about it at work on Friday, I'm sure. So, yeah, I learned that WCW lied to us.
That was a Glacier, Mark.
Oh my God! Go back and watch. Go back and watch.
Man.
I swear to God,
I
was a Glacier Mark too, and then I rewatched it. And I was so mad. He lied to me.
Oh man! Well, you know what? They had an interview with him, I think, on Between the Ropes in the last few months. So he's still doing shows every once in a while.
Yeah, he did like Chikara or something. I mean, whatever. If he's
he works
making
for
a living,
Chikara.
there you go. But I mean, I just thought he was so awesome. My memory of him was he was so awesome. And then I watched the matches, and I'm like, oh my God, he's got the cryonic kick and the ice pick. Does anybody remember the ice pick? It's a thumb chokehold.
Remember when Glacier came back to WCW in like 2001, right before they were about to go bankrupt? The team with Norman Smiley.
And there was no special effects that time.
The little dandruff that rained from the sky. Yeah, no, that was totally awesome. Oh God.
Sorgatron.
Yes.
What did you learn from wrestling this week, sir?
Shit, I lost it.
No, you remember what you learned, man? Come on.
Oh, it's something from. Oh God. Oh no. Something.
Oh, we're gonna start throwing out names, and we'll see if this works.
It was something from the
Cornette.
X-Pac interview I heard today, I think. Oh man, how did I lose that?
I want that DVD.
No.
Where he, quote, confesses all his sins.
No. No, it's the Colt Cabana one interview on his podcast. He's in apparently they're on a road trip between shows, and he has a recorder in the back of the car talking with X-Pac. That's the interview. I love this podcast. Colt Cabana does the best wrestling podcast done by a wrestler on the internet.
Done by a wrestler, nice.
God, I can't believe I forgot it. Anybody in the chat room learn anything? Let's see. Joe John loved the WCW Mortal Kombat thing with the 4 guys.
X-Pac found his way through China, except he got busted for marijuana halfway through.
Yeah. Oh man, it's gonna bug me now. I've learned nothing now from wrestling.
How sad.
Oh shit.
There was only a decent pay-per-view this week and other stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I learned that you have to be very meticulous into WWE with what you say. Thanks to
Frog face. I'm gonna call.
No, not that. I'm talking about the whole I have to win the match thing from bragging rights.
Oh yeah.
Whoa! What happened to WrestleFan? You look like the cover of an Enigma album.
Oh wow!
Wow.
That's
Well,
creepy.
on that note, nobody learned anything in the chat room. On that note, guys, thanks a lot for joining us. Thanks for tuning in. All the live people. We had a lot of live people for moving the date. Let us know. Do you dig the Wednesday slot or the Tuesday slot? I don't know. We'll see if it works for everybody else too here. Obviously, Mad Mike has a problem.
Yeah, Mike ain't digging that.
Just a heads up, if we do go to a Wednesday slot, that means I have to watch more NXT.
Boom.
Now, it'll be done in a couple weeks anyways.
And that will hurt my brain.
That'll hurt his brain. So no. Well, hey guys, if you want to chime in again, tell us what did you see on WWE 24/7, or what if we had a WMS 24/7? Everybody gets their own show. It'd be tremendous.
Not get paid enough for that.
It'd get tremendous. Well, if we had our own network, hope we get paid. Good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Give us a call at 412-206-WMS0. And, oh, wait, I need to do this right. And of course, please check everything out at www.WrestlingMayhemShow.com. And at Mayhem Show on Twitter. We are also on the Facebook. And check out the WMS app. We got all kinds of stuff on there. Please check out all the rest of the shows. Sorgatronmedia.com. Chachi Says has a special appearance by MC Frontalot. And we also have an interview that this DJ Lunchbox here did with MC Frontalot. Really great guy. Really cool. It was cool all around hanging out with him that night. And
he's a sparkling gem of a man.
He's a legitimate geek. He would fit right in with us, you know. I mean, I'm really anyways. Go check out, and also if you're a local PodCamp Pittsburgh, we got some stuff coming up. Evening with PodCamp with our friends Mikey and Big Bob. We've seen on the show in the past via video of the local Kiss Morning Show. Are going to be guesting the first one here on November 11th. We'll be doing video. I'll be behind the camera recording it. With one Norm Heel's been hosting. So go check that out. Big shout out to Jessica Kanaki and the Baristas. Did some recording this weekend. There might be some interesting stuff in there that I'll have to tell you guys off air what some of the lines. But anyways, go check out the Baristas. SomethingBeDesire.com if you want to catch up on all of that. Anybody else want to throw any shout outs or anything while we're at it?
Hey man, check out our fine sponsors. That little flash drive that you were showing off, that's the size of a wallet. That is what I am all about. It's so hard to keep track of your files on your computer and to make sure that you don't have a crash at any time. If you've got something the size of your wallet carrying all your important files, all your important information, where can you go wrong with that? Check them out.
Backblaze.com. Go click the link for that backup software. I think is what you were trying to get to.
That's what I do.
Excellent. Thank you, the Prince Magnus, for joining us. You're welcome back anytime, sir. It was tremendous.
Hey, I owe you guys all the thanks. Yeah. This was a blast.
Man, I didn't, usually I don't know what to expect. Somebody's in a dark corner with their laptop and their dogs are barking. But you have like
pretty late.
You have this microphone set up and everything. Do you do podcasting, or is that just for Skyping with your girlfriend?
Oh man, if only it was for Skyping with my girlfriend. No, man, I got this big setup about a year ago, and I was all planning on doing a podcast of some sort, and I couldn't figure out how to distribute one, and I barely figured out how to use Skype. So it's an ongoing adventure, might I say.
Excellent. Well, thanks a lot. Like I said, we'll be talking with you for sure. It's been great having you in the chat room the last few weeks.
Love you guys.
All right, man. It's been the Mayhem Show. This is Sorg.
DJ Lunchbox.
Magus.
We'll see you guys next week. Later.
Thank you for listening to the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Please subscribe to our iTunes streams and blog at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Email us at goodtimes@WrestlingMayhemShow.com or call us with any comments at 412-206-WMS0. We love to hear from our fans, and who knows, maybe you'll make it onto the show.
The Wrestling Mayhem Show was recorded live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in front of a live internet audience, and is a production of Sorgatron Media.
You can be part of the show as we record live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern on TalkShoe.com and Ustream.tv.